Okay guys, this whole playlist will be totally dedicated to Java. So what about IDE? What about working environment? Don't worry about that. Easiest way is to go to eclipse.org and we're gonna grab, well, Eclipse. So click on download, choose x86-64 version, well, at least in my case, and click here on download. Now, I don't want to waste your time. I already have it on my desktop, so I'm gonna just run it. In your case, of course, you need to grab it, and the file will be around 100 megabytes, something like that. Nothing scary. Right, so this is that installation file, 102 megabytes, and let's double click it. And as you can see, I'm always in trend because I'm playing Battlefield 2 demo version because I'm so pro. Anyway. Now we need to choose version of Eclipse. Version we need is for Java, okay, because down there you also have many other options for C++ developers, for embedded C++ developers, for JavaScript and web stuff, for PHP. So we just care about Java in this case. So let's click on that, and we need to choose here installation folder. By default it is in users, and major folder is Eclipse. Also, you're gonna have additional folder where you're gonna have your source code. It will be Eclipse Workplace, I think that's the name. Also, Java 11 plus virtual machine. Okay, so here you can choose couple of versions. We're gonna roll with first one. I mean, which is latest one. Okay, 15.0.2. Hopefully I said that correctly. Right, install. And guys, you need to accept here end user agreement. Probably Eclipse will not ask me to do that because I was experimenting with Eclipse couple of days now. So probably it will not ask me to do that. Okay, so yes, we do need to create start menu entry. Okay, cool, and desktop shortcut, that's also cool. Very helpful stuff. Right, launch, why not? Let's launch it to see what's up. Can we compile, let's use that term, at least a couple of lines of source code, just see that everything is fine. Well, this is that another Eclipse workspace folder I was talking about, important stuff. Your source code will be in here, your individual projects. So, launch, and there you go guys, this is Eclipse workspace. I'm gonna try to align it onto my monitor a little bit if I am able to do that precisely, relatively precisely. So what about this? Well, I'm just gonna click on create a new Java project. Okay, so let's click here, and the name of our project where a bunch of source code will be I don't know, learn.j, let's say. Learn.j. That's cool. Learn.j. Location, that's totally fine. Version of environment will be latest one, so that's cool. And we're gonna create separate folders for source and class files, because Java, just as C#, it's all about classes. So let's click on a finish here, and module name. Don't click here on create, okay? Skip that. So I'm gonna click on don't create, okay? And that's cool. So learn.j is our primary folder. This is really folder where we have bunch of stuff. So in here, in source folder, right click, okay? It will be a little bit slow in the first couple of minutes, but everything will be fine afterwards. So right click, new, and class. Now see src, that's folder where we're gonna have source code. Learn.j is our primary project, and name for our class. So let's have it main. Let's have it as main, but M must be uppercase, okay? Uppercase, so that's totally fine. And also here we are going to click on public static void, which means that Eclipse will set a couple of lines of code for us. It will prepare something. Don't worry about code. The moral of the story in this tutorial will be to create working environment and to create one program that will work. So afterwards we're gonna describe everything. So let's click on public static void main. This basically means creation of primary method in our program, primary function. Let's click on finish, and there you go. This is something, well, I mean, it's not something, it is Java code. So right now, if we run this, what's gonna happen? How to run this actually? Well, click here on run main.java, okay? And what's gonna happen down there? Pretty much nothing. So that's kind of cool, because we need to have some kind of usable source code here. And don't worry about these lines, we're gonna explain everything. Anyway, let's type here system dot out dot printl, which means print line, and we're gonna pass to it as a target, let's say, specific string. So let's call it some string. String is just a bunch of text, bunch of characters tied together. So after this, just as in C++, C#, we need to have semicolon and these curly brackets and these normal brackets, because these things here are basically parameters. Don't worry about that, we're gonna explain everything. Anyway, let's just compile this stuff. Okay, let's press here. Errors exist in required project. Proceed with launch. Okay, so what is an error? Just a second. Exception in thread main. Unresolved compilation problem. The method printl is undefined. Oh, right. So error while I was typing. Println. LN. And now everything will be fine. See, no error here. So we're gonna see some string, which is our target here. Okay, but what about font? Probably you're gonna say that this font is a little bit ugly. So go on window, go into editor and click here on zoom in. Okay, there you go, maybe a little bit more. Window and editor and zoom in, and maybe just one more time. Editor, zoom in. Okay, that's kind of cool. This will be font size we're gonna work with. Let me test that one more time. Let's click here, and there you go, some string. So we are definitely sure that our source code is working correctly. Moral of the story was main.java must start with uppercase M, because that will be name of class. Now class is like a wrapper around very detailed source code. That source code will do specific job, but class is like a blueprint, it's like a template. So yeah, that's pretty much it in this tutorial. I don't want to go to 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. Thanks for watching, and see you next one, where we are going to explain all these things individually. Thank you for watching as always, and see you there. Ciao.